Gareth, I mean, the power of music is something that we've known through the centuries. You know, people around the world have used it to bring people together, and so it's not a surprise to hear that it can heal. But in your experience this year, how has it healed you?
Well, it's definitely something people turn to at times of grief and joy as well. My grandfather sadly passed away last year after a long period. He was 97 and fought the Second World War. And, you know, it was his time and it was hard to bear, but we did. And I had a moment at the funeral where we had a soprano singing, and it was so healing for me. I sat there and thought, oh, this is, you know, in the midst of all this agony, it feels OK. Just for that moment. My wife was pregnant with our third child, so it's kind of, like, now joy, thank you very much. I helped. So we had a baby earlier this year. And I was, I suppose, just working through all that grief, and I sat at the piano, and my wife was lying on the sofa recuperating, you know, from the ordeal. I feel like a year. You come through a year, and it was recently a year since my grandfather died, and I started to feel like, OK, it's I don't know, it slightly diminished the rawness of it, and we've got a baby who's keeping me awake all night and making me very happy.
But you say so lightly, oh, I work with the military wives and Grenfell Tower and all this sort of stuff, but you put so much of your heart and soul into making other people feel confident, feel better about themselves and able to perform. But who helps you?
Well, I think this is it. I mean, I do get a lot from it. You know, I get a lot of satisfaction and joy and love and heart from people when they do it. But I think I had reached a point where I thought, I've just done rather too many projects where the energy's going out. I'm just going to take a bit of time for myself. And I bought a piano. I took a little bit of time off, and I was at home, and I was still working, but from home, and just practicing and seeing my kids and doing normal things and making a stew, you know. That was really healing. But for me, the simple act of playing the piano, that's the thing that I just like. OK, it's just my little world, and I can play anything I like, and no one's going to correct me. That's what I get from music.
Your kids really musical, Gareth?
They love music,
do they love you singing and playing?
Yeah, we had that discussion, you know, when kids go, oh, you're not singing. We had a discussion. We said, no one says that in this house.
Well, that's a real cultural difference here, isn't it? We were talking about this morning, that we do tend to more, the Brits go, when anybody sings, and this is the same in my house, every time I open my mouth, stop! Really? Stop, why is that?
My dad's Scottish, and I think he grew up in a culture of you know, getting up and doing a turn, and it's much more, it's much less, I don't know, and the Welsh as well, my mum's half Welsh. So I just did not grow up in that embarrassed culture, and so my kids, I'm bringing up the same, it's like, you want to sing? You sing, so they're quite happy to sing.
Do you think anyone can sing? Is there such a thing as tone deafness?
He did till today.
Some people need more help than others. I am not a magician. No, there is a thing that is tone deafness, and it's very, very rare. There's you know, people have brain injuries, or there's something, you know, and you can't tell the difference between ding and dong when the doorbell rings. That's properly tone deaf. There are people who don't sing regularly, and that's just lack of practice, really. You know, nobody gets good without practice and work, I'm afraid. Sorry. No,
you're very kind. One thing that I did notice when you were, like, teaching us for, like, 5 minutes, you're very kind and you're very positive, and I believe I can sing, but I know right now I can't.
No, you actually can. I think I didn't know what I was in for.
Letting myself in for.
But it's what I encounter all the time, which is a sort of lack of self-belief around singing that comes from your education, it comes from your choir teacher who just took against your slightly lower voice, and that's, or maybe your personality. They put you off for life.
We videoed what happened this morning, so maybe put the cats in another room and have a look at this.
Right, here we go. Loose Women choir rehearsal, #1 of only one. You're going to end up there. Going to just find your support, so just above your head.
I can't find my waist, let alone my support.
Dig in and go. Oh my!
This is really going to help me with all my fear. What am I supposed to feel?
So we're like a kazoo.
You're exactly like a kazoo.
I cannot sing.
The tip of the tongue, the teeth and the lips, the tip of the tongue, the teeth and the lips. It's going well. It's going to be great.
A bit of the laryngitis coming on. I'm going to look like a complete and utter you-know-what.
You can grate my cantaloupes, but you mustn't touch me plums.
It's in there.
I knew there's something in there. I've always felt it.
I'm not going to stake my career on this being the best performance ever, but they're going to do it. It will happen. Get Peter Andre. Where's Peter Andre? Get him in.